Good now. Namaste. This is Pandit Venkat. My phone number is 204-2296-222. And for all your spiritual needs or astrology needs or any pujas, any Hindi samskaras, please contact me. Also, I am available to come and teach anywhere in country about Hinduism, anywhere in the world if you need to teach about Hinduism to our new generation, next generation, or kids, or even adults, to know the Hinduism in a logical, scientific, simple way. You can always ask me questions and you can call me. I'll come into your temple and do my lectures for you. Thank you very much. I have with me Ken, who is my student and disciple and friend for last 21 years. He is learning about Hinduism together with me, and we both have lots of long association and friendship. So all those discussions we had, we thought we should put on a YouTube and let other people also gain from that. So Ken is today here with me. He has some more questions about Hinduism. He'll start putting questions to me and I'll try to answer them.
Thank you, Panditji. Could you tell us about prana?
Prana is a Sanskrit word and it's a yogic term. It's from yoga. Prana means it simply means life energy. Life energy, or when we are alive, there is prana in our body. Generally, prana is associated with our breath. When you breathe in, the prana is activated in our system. Prana is a spiritual essence of our body by which we function. We see, we hear, we think, we taste, we smell, we feel. All these sense organs are working by the help of prana only. Also, the prana makes our karmendriyas, the organs of action like hands, feet, mouth, reproductive organ of excretion, all of them to work. We have prana. Also, prana does everything in your body. Your lungs, heart, everything is functioning because of this prana. Prana is basically the life energy in our body. Wherever there is prana, there is our mind. Our mind is focused on the prana in our body. This prana, when it is stuck in any part of the body, it becomes disorganized or it becomes distorted and it causes sickness. When you have sickness in a particular area or a particular part of the body, because prana is not flowing through properly in that area. Also, when you are stiff in a particular area or when there is inflexibility in your body, the prana is also jammed there and it cannot flow properly. So that is the reason yoga has introduced the concept of asanas, physical postures to make your body supple and flexible so that the prana flows smoothly throughout your body. So wherever there is stuckness or stiffness in the body or inflexibility, there is prana stuck there and too much prana is being misused or wasted. This waste of prana should be arrested and it should be channelized properly. So prana is the cause of prana is not flowing properly. We have sicknesses and diseases and inflexibility in the body, stiffness, and we become old because of the stiffness in the body. So the spine and the entire body should be flexible. And the prana, when your body is flexible, the prana is flowing smoothly. To make the body flexible, we have lots of yoga asanas. But the most important aspect of prana is it is flowing through senses very intensely. While from the rest of the body, prana is flowing little less, but the prana is being wasted in the areas of sickness and inflexibility, whereas prana is also intensely wasted from all your senses. Your sense organs are each one a 1,000,000-volt bulb. So the prana is intensely wasted through these sense organs. Whenever we have sensual desires, prana is being expended or spent lots through those senses. The more prana is spent in this world through your body, the more attached your soul to the body. Your atma or soul is stuck in the body because of your body, and because of the body being used, because the body is using extensive amount of prana, your prana is used through the body. As a result, your soul is stuck more in the body. So the senses are 1,000,000-volt bulbs. So the senses are consuming extreme amount of prana, and therefore these sense organs will tie your soul very tight to the body. So your soul and body should be free from each other. That's when you attain moksha. You have to realize your soul and body are separate. But prana makes you feel you are the soul, you are the body. You are actually, the prana makes you a misunderstanding that you are the body instead of the soul. And that's the reason people are all stuck in their bodies and they experience extreme miseries in this world. Therefore, when you can release the soul from the body, then you realize the suffering on the body is not really affecting your soul, and you can stay calm, peaceful, and happy. That is what people who are saints and who attain enlightenment, they don't experience any pain that is happening to their body because their soul is free. Your soul should be like a free from the body. That is, like, you should be able to take off your body just like a clothing you're wearing. You can take off one clothing and put another clothing. But our soul is so stuck that every experience on the body feels intense for us. It's like somebody dies, we feel so sad because we feel the person is not there. All that sorrows and emotional upsets, every kind of intense misery we experience is all because we are very much attached to the body. So when you can detach our body with the soul, when you can detach our body from the soul, we don't experience any of these miseries. We feel peaceful and calm. So we have to attain that state where prana is simply releasing our soul from the body. So how to release our soul from the body? For that, the source is, the path is only prana. So the prana is, as I was telling earlier, is going extremely too much from the sense organs. So we have to arrest all these sense organs, and then the prana can be contained or reduced the expenditure from those senses. So in yoga, what we do is we try to slowly shut off the senses, and this is called pratyahara in the Ashtanga yoga. Pratyahara means ability to shut off your senses at your will. It is like switching off a light in different rooms. You shut off the light, shut off the switch, and the light is off. So we should be able to do that. That is when you can control the prana that is flowing through ears or nose or skin or tongue or eyes. If you can at will shut off just like the light by switching off the switch, if you can somehow switch off the prana flowing through your senses, that means you can now control your prana. You can channelize where you need to go. Similarly, many times we don't have control on the physical condition of our body. Our body is not flexible, it's sick. The prana is being wasted and it's stuck there. So you need to be able to also release that prana and make it flow in your body so that you can use it the way you want it to. To make that prana flow the way you want it to, you have to make that part of the body healthy, and that is the reason the asanas, the one of the steps of the Ashtanga yoga. We do asanas to release all that prana from all the stuck areas and make your body healthy so that no prana is being misused in the sickness. In this way, when we arrest the sense organs through pratyahara, and when we make our body fit and when the prana flows through smoothly through asanas, then we are ready for advanced spiritual states. Once the prana is released from the body and from the sense organs, then only we can concentrate on the things what we want to concentrate in a deep way. That step is called dharana. Dharana is called concentration. Once you're able to focus on one thing from many things, that's called concentration or dharana. Then you can meditate on that thing for extended period of time. That is called dhyana. So the steps in yoga are yama, niyama. Yama means things you should not do. The bad karmas you do every day will bind you more your body to this world. So when you do some self-discipline through yama, following strict positive way of life, that's called yamas. And niyamas means to eliminate those bad things in your life. You put yourself some sort of niyamas or some sort of conditions, positive conditions, like you're going to get up in the morning, do pranayama, yoga, or do some prayers, and through the day you're going to love everybody, serve everybody, like this kind of niyamas. Some disciplined way of life is called niyama. Yama is not to do bad things, like don't steal, don't insult somebody, don't hurt somebody, don't be angry on somebody, don't be greedy. All these bad things, avoiding them is called yama. And then setting yourself positive goals is called niyamas. Like I'm going to fast on this day, I'm going to be positive person, I'm going to say not going to say negative things towards people, I'm going to help others, serve others, be positive all the time, love everybody. These are called the niyamas. You're going to put some good niyamas in your life, then only you're eligible for the rest of the part of the yoga. But nowadays people just go and do asanas and they call it yoga. That is not even yoga, but it's some sort of yoga. But that will not help to change your life. You have to set the conditions for yourself, positive conditions, and you have to avoid the negative conditions, yamas and niyamas first. Then you have to make your equipment, that is your body, fit. That is done through asanas, various yoga postures. That is done. Then after that, you are ready for pranayama, control of your life energy through breathing exercises. Then you're ready for pratyahara, shutting off your senses at will from each of the senses. Then you're ready for concentration on a particular object or between the center of your eyebrows on your favorite deity's picture or idol, or any mantra. You can focus on any one thing for extended period of time. And then the last part comes samadhi. The last part, samadhi, means you are now one with the cosmos, one with the universe, one with the supreme being or paramatma. Then you attain salvation. You are free from all suffering, misery, and you conquer death, and you become immortal and eternal. This is the goal of yoga, and prana helps us. So prana can be understood as a shoelace tying your foot to the shoe. So prana is the one which ties your body to the soul. So you have to release this prana. How are you going to release? I already told you a few things. And on top of it, then you start concentrating between your eyebrows for extended period of time. When you concentrate, all the energy in the body is simply pulled out into one point. Wherever you focus, say between the eyebrows, all the energy in the body that is released from all the sickness, inflexibility, and all the senses, all of it is now concentrated between the eyebrows. That is extreme concentration and meditation. At some point, you lose a sense of meditating, concentrating, and the center of eyebrows. Everything is gone, everything is merged. It becomes a single point to merge in the infinite. That is called samadhi. When all the energy is pulled out of your body and focused on only one point, that is between the eyebrows, or any idol or any picture of God, all the energy is focused on one point. At that one point, it merges into the infinite and it becomes infinite. Then you attain infinite consciousness or cosmic consciousness or moksha. So the ability to pull out every drop of energy from your system, and that way your body becomes now completely separate from the soul, and there's no more metabolic activity in your body. That means your body is not having any more stresses. You're not breathing anymore, because your breath stops at that point, because all the energy is pulled out of your body. Therefore, you don't need to spend any energy in the body. Therefore, you don't need any more metabolic process. You don't need any more breathing. When you don't breathe, then there's no more oxygen burning in your body. There's no more oxidation of your system. Therefore, your body becomes also, in a way, it can live on for thousands of years in that state of samadhi. Therefore, your body is now almost not affected by any aging process. So the body stays as it is without any aging or destruction, and your body is still, and it is now permanently, it can exist in that state for thousands of years or hundreds of years, and you will never age, and you can live in this body for a long time, attaining the cosmic consciousness. You are still living in the body, but you are now conscious not in the body but throughout the universe. That is achieved through the prana. Prana is that path where you can merge with the infinite consciousness. At the same time, when your prana is completely focused in one point, the body is now completely still. There is no more aging, no more metabolic process. Therefore, the body, there's no more breathing. The body stays young and healthy, and for a long time. It's both for the physical existence for a long time and also spiritual enlightenment. Prana is the way for you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot to absorb, Panaji. I'm glad you told us. Can you just tell us also what is the significance of the number 108 in Hinduism?
So 108 is a very sacred number in Hinduism. Therefore, we have a mala like this. Ken is also wearing one. This mala has 108 beads. 108 is considered to be very sacred in Hinduism. So for that reason, each of the gods we worship need to be worshipped with 108 names, 108 praises to the Lord. And these 108 names for each of the god are 108 blessings for us. Each praise of the god brings one sort of blessing. So we pray to God with 108 names. That is very important. 108 is very sacred. So all the gods have Ashtottara. Ashtottara means 108 names or 108. So each god has 108 names, and we have to worship gods with that 108 names. So 108, also when you have a mala, we are supposed to chant any mantra 108 times, because 108 is very sacred in Hinduism for a very great specific and scientific reason. So when we breathe in 12 hours, 12 hours of the day is gone for our sleeping, eating, preparing our body, and all those processes. 12 hours are gone, but we are left with 12 hours in a day where we can fully utilize our body for service of the world and service of the God. So 12 hours are given to us. 12 hours is to keep your body. So in that 12 hours, we breathe 10,800 times. 10,800 times. That when you divide it, it becomes 108. So your breath is making 10,800 breaths, which equals to 100 of these malas. These malas, 100 of them, we are breathing. So 100 malas we are breathing. When we breathe in, the breath makes a sound. The sound is so. When you breathe out, hum. So hum. So the breath is saying so hum, so hum. The breath is saying so hum, so hum, so hum. When you understand soham, you split it in Sanskrit sandhi ways, it becomes saha aham. Saha means that, aham means me. Saha means that God is myself, or I am part of the God, or I am one with the God. That is what the breath is constantly saying. In a day, 10,800 times your breath is saying, I am that, I am that, I am that, I am that, or that is me, that is me, that is me. What is that? That is the Supreme Being, and what is me is myself. Saha aham is what your breath is saying. Soham, the breath is saying 10,800 times in 12 hours. You are constantly saying, I am part of divine, I am God. But unfortunately, we our breath is saying that, but we forget that and we act like a common human, sometimes lower human, sometimes even an animal, and do all kinds of bad things in this world. Therefore, understanding that you are divine is constantly reminded by your breath. Soham, soham, soham. 108 malas in a day. We are being reminded that we are divine. That is the reason we have to understand this 108 is very sacred. It is 100 malas by your breath, and 12 hours we got for our spiritual practices, and 12 hours to prepare our body. 108 is very spiritual, as I was telling. Astrologically, we have 27 stars, astrological stars. Each of them has 4 parts. They are called padas, and we have 27 stars. When we multiply 27, let's say 27 stars, each one has four parts or 4 padas. So 4 into 27 we get 108. So the 27 nakshatras or stars are divided into 108 parts. That's also there's important in astrology. Also we have 12 zodiac signs, and we have 9 planets. They all mix and match in many combinations and permutations. When we multiply 12 with 9, we also get 108. So 108 is there in every way. And also, if you take moon and place 108 moons from the moon to the earth, it will completely fill the gap. So from earth to moon, we have 108 moons, you can place them. Or you can simply say in mathematically, if you multiply the diameter of moon with 108, we get the distance from the moon to the earth. Similarly, you can place 108 suns between sun and the earth. Or we can say, when we multiply the diameter of the sun by 108, we get the distance between the sun and the earth. So in scientifically, cosmically also we have this 108 going on. Also they say that the diameter of earth, if you multiply by 108, you get the diameter of the sun. In this way, 108 is there everywhere in the universe, in the body, and symbolizing it's a very spiritual sacred number. Therefore we have malas in our necks. We use that mala for chanting minimum 108 in a day, or even multiples of 108s in a day, to get great blessing in our life. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, great. That was wonderful, Pandaji. Thank you for telling me. And I have one last question. Does the Hindu tradition condone prostitution?
Of course, Hinduism says do not judge or do not condone anybody. Of course, prostitution is in a way negative karma. So there was some small funny story. So there was this lady who is a prostitute, and beside her house there was another lady who is always doing rituals. But the lady beside her house is always doing prostitution, getting new clients, and satisfying them. At the end of their lives, what happened? The prostitute died, and the pious, spiritual, ritualistic lady also died. But when the ritualistic lady died, her body was cremated with great Vedic spiritual rites. But when the prostitute died, people are all hating her, so they throw her body in a garbage. But when the god of death ordered the souls to be brought to the heavens, the lady who was all doing the rituals was being taken to the hell, whereas the lady who was a prostitute was being taken to the heaven. So the death god's assistant asked, "Why are you doing this? The prostitute should be taken to the hell, and the pious lady should be taken to the heaven." No, the god of death says, the ritualistic spiritual lady, we thought spiritual lady, was always thinking how much enjoyment, how much money the prostitute is making. All the time she was thinking about the prostitute, whereas the prostitute is thinking, I'm doing a sinful thing in my life, and this lady is doing all the rituals, how great she is. They both are thinking like this. So the mind of the lady with the prayers, spiritual ritualistic lady, was always in the prostitute house. So she is being taken to the hell. Whereas prostitute, because she was always thinking about the god, she is now being brought to the hell. And the body suffered the consequence of what they're doing. This lady who's doing the pujas and rituals, she's only doing with the body. Therefore, her body is cremated with all the religious rites. Whereas the prostitute misuse the body in a negative way, her body is being thrown in the garbage. So in this way, being a prostitute is not condoned. It is in a way somewhat positive in some way, we can say, because people who are extremely lustful, who don't have any means, instead of going and attacking and raping somebody, this can help them to release some of their lust and then save the other people in the society. So in a way, they're doing a service, but yet it is people who are married going to the prostitute can destroy their families and also lose all their wealth. So in a way, that is a negative profession, but also it is a way of like a safety wall for the society. Therefore, it is not condoned, though it is not encouraged. It is used as it's a necessary evil, you can say, but nobody is condemned or condoned in Hinduism. They all enjoy their consequence of the karmas, but everything has its place. Therefore, the prostitution has its own place, but yet it's not encouraged, especially for people who are married, because it's going to ruin their family and their wealth and make their kids go on the street. For this reason, it is not encouraged, but it's also there for a specific reason.
Well, I'm blessed again to be in the presence of Pandit Venkat Macharachu today, and I'm happy that we were able to have this discussion. And God bless you. I hope that this knowledge inspires you to continue or to embark on a spiritual life. I think you'll have the most fun you've ever had in your whole life if you study. It's just wonderful, yeah. And thank you so much, Panditji.
Thank you very much. For any needs, please call me 204-2296-222. This is Pandit Venkat. I'm ready to come and give lectures on Hinduism anywhere in the country or the world if you need me to. And I want to teach our Hinduism in a very simple, scientific, logical way, so that our kids stay faithful to their religion and then follow the proper way of life, and their life is better and they all attain spiritual paths. Thank you very much.
Jai Gurudev.